Good morning, students. This is Latif, sir. Today I will continue the chapter 6, that is electrochemistry. Today, first, I will give some definitions, some important definitions of electrolysis, electrolytes, and types of electrolytes, and different types of cells. Okay, so first point is electrolysis. What is electrolysis? In the previous video, I have told that when you pass electric current through water, you will see that water dissociate into H plus and OH minus, and finally you will get hydrogen gas at one electrode and oxygen gas in another electrode. And this process is actually known as electrolysis. This is the example I have given is known as electrolysis of water. So what is the actual definition of electrolysis? It is the process of decomposition of a chemical compound. It is the process of decomposition of a chemical compound in aqueous solution or in molten or in liquid state, accompanied by a chemical change by using direct electric current. So in simplest uh, way you can define electrolysis as electrolysis is the process of decomposition of a chemical compound, that is electrolyte, by using direct current. Now you have to see electrolytes. What are electrolytes? Electrolytes are chemical compounds which either in aqueous solution or in molten state allow electric current to pass through them. That is, electrolytes are the chemical compounds which can conduct electricity in molten state or in aqueous solution. Electrolytes can conduct electricity in molten state or in aqueous solution, although it is a chemical compound. Generally, conductance is a property of metallic substances, but electrolytes are chemical compounds, but they can conduct electricity in molten state or in aqueous solution, but not in solid state. They cannot conduct electricity. Okay, so electrolytes are molten salt or solution of salts in water or solutions of acids and alkalis. These are electrolytes, electrolytic solutions. Now you have to see examples of electrolytes. Generally, strong acids, strong bases, strong salts, all these are strong electrolytes. All are electrolytes. That means they can dissociate in ions in aqueous solution or in molten state, and they can conduct electricity. They allow electric current to pass through them. Okay, so example of electrolytes: acids. Some acids which are generally all acids can act as electrolyte. So acids like sulfuric acid H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3, phosphoric acid H3PO4, hydrochloric acid HCl. These are acids, and these acids can act as electrolyte. Some example of basic electrolyte. So bases like NaOH, KOH, ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH, calcium hydroxide, COH whole twice. These are bases. These are basic electrolyte. And some salts, electrolyte of some salts, important salts like NaCl, CuSO4, PbBr2, etc. These are also electrolyte. Okay, so electrolytes are of two types based on their conductivity and ability to dissociate into ions. On the basis of conductivity and the ability to dissociate into ions, electrolytes are two types. One is strong electrolyte, other is weak electrolyte. Strong electrolyte like strong any salt, NaCl, KCl, these salts are strong electrolyte. Strong acids are a strong electrolyte. Strong bases are strong electrolyte, but weak acid, weak bases are weak electrolyte. Okay, later I'm giving the examples of strong electrolyte, weak electrolyte. Okay, and non-electrolyte, what are these substances? The non-electrolytes, it is a compound which neither in solution nor in molten state allow an electric current to pass through it. So non-electrolyte do not contain electricity in molten state or in liquid state, because they cannot dissociate into ions. Example of non-electrolytes: distilled water, alcohol, kerosene, carbon disulfide, glucose, cane sugar, benzene, urea, etc. are non-electrolyte. So non-electrolyte do not have ions, they do not dissociate into ion in solution, and they contain only molecules. I have told that all acids, bases, and salts can act as electrolyte, because acids, alkalis, or bases, they can ionize when they dissolve in water, whereas bases and salt dissociate in fused state or in molten state or in their aqueous solutions into free mobile ions. So the the cause of conductivity of these electrolytic substances is due to the presence of ions. That is, this chemical compounds can dissociate into ions to produce uh, ions, cations and anions. So I have told electrolytes are two types: strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. Acid, bases, they can and salt, all can act as some acids can act as strong electrolyte, and some acids can also act as weak electrolyte. Similarly in case of bases. Okay, so let's see strong electrolyte. Strong acids which are act as strong electrolyte, like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid. Hydrochloric acid, which can dissociate into ions H plus and Cl minus, and nitric acid can dissociate into ions H plus and NO3 minus. Sulfuric acid can dissociate into ion H plus and SO4 minus. These are strong acid, that's why these are strong electrolyte. Similarly weak acids, which can act weak electrolytes, like organic acids, acetic acid, formic acid, these are also acid, but they act as weak electrolyte. So acetic acid dissociate into ions acetate ion and H plus ion, that is CH3COOH, which dissociate into CH3COO minus acetate ion plus H plus ion. Similarly formic acid, HCOH, which dissociate into ions, that is HCO minus and H plus ion, that is formate ion and H plus ion. Similarly some bases can act as strong acid, and some bases can act strong bases. Some bases can act as strong electrolyte, and some bases can also act as weak electrolyte. For example, potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, they act as strong. They are strong bases, and they act as strong electrolyte. Similarly, ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH, calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, these are weak bases and they are weak electrolyte. Now salt, strong electrolytes: lead bromide, PbBr2, copper chloride, CuCl2, silver nitrate, AgNO3, all these are strong electrolyte. And weak electrolyte, some salt like ammonium carbonate, lead acetate, that is NH4 whole twice CO3, CH3CO whole twice Pb, these are weak 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 electrolyte. Okay, all these are salt. So not all salt are strong electrolyte. Some salts are strong electrolyte and some salts are weak electrolyte. And you have to remember the dissociation or ionization of this electrolyte. For example, when PbBr2 dissociate into ions, it will produce Pb2 plus and 2Br minus. Similarly, silver nitrate dissociate into Ag plus ion and NO3 minus ion. Okay, now electrolytic cell or voltmeter. Electrolytic cell or voltmeter. It is an electronic device in which electrolysis is generally carried out. So it is an electrical device in which a non-conducting vessel containing two electrodes. One is known as cathode, another is known as anode. And in this electrolytic cell or voltmeter, electrolysis is carried out. An electrolytic cell contains two electrode, one is cathode, another is anode, and you have to supply direct current DC that is DC from external source, and this current brings the chemical change in this cell. Okay, and you have to take a electrolytic solution in this cell. So what is electrolytic cell or voltmeter? It is a non-conducting vessel containing two electrodes immersed in a solution of electrolytes used to bring about a chemical reaction. An electrolytic cell requires an outside source of electricity, that is DC source, direct current source, to initiate the movement of ion between two electrodes where the chemical change takes place. That's why in electrolytic cell, it converts electrical energy into chemical energy. It converts electrical energy into chemical energy. Okay. And another type of cell is electrochemical cell. It is electrochemical cell. It is electrochemical cell. It is a device. It is also a device. It is also contains two electrode. One is cathode, another is anode. But the basic difference between electrolytic and electrochemical cell is that in electrochemical cell, it is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy, just opposite of electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, energy conversion is from electrical energy to chemical energy, but in case of electrochemical cell, conversion of energy is from chemical energy to electrical energy. Some example of electrochemical cells: simple voltaic cell, Daniell cell, etc. And I have told that in each cell, which contains two types of electrode, one is cathode, another is anode. Generally, electrodes are metals. Sometimes non-metals can also be used as electrode, but the electrode must be conductor of electricity. Electrode must be a conductor of electricity. An anode is the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So anode is positively charged. Anode which is the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So anode is a positively charged electrode, and cathode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So cathode is negatively charged. So you have to remember symbol sign of cathode and anode. And difference between anode and cathode: anode, it is electropositive. It is the electrode which connected to positive terminal of the battery, and cathode is the electrode which connected to negative terminal of the battery. Second difference: anode, in case of anode, anions generally migrate to anode. Anions generally migrate to anode, while cations which are present in solution migrates to cathode. Anions migrate to anode, cation migrates to cathode. And anode is an oxidizing electrode. because in anode oxidation reaction take place. Oxidation reaction take place at anode, and cathode it is a reducing electrode because reduction reaction take place at cathode. Now ions, I have told that during electrolysis the electrolytic compound or substances dissociate into ions, that is positively and negatively charged ions. Ions are atoms or group of atoms which carry a positive or negative charge. And there are two types of ion, one is cations and another is anions. Cations are positively charged ions and anions are negatively charged ions. Now what is the differences between cations and anion? Cations are positively charged ion, anions are negatively charged ion. Cation migrate to the cathode during electrolysis, cations migrate to cathode during electrolysis, and anions migrate to the anode during electrolysis. Cations gain electron from cathode and get reduced to become a neutral atom. Cations gain electrons from the electrode and get reduced to become a neutral atom, while anions lose electron to the anode and get oxidized to become a neutral atom. Okay, and last example of cation, example of anions given. Okay, thank you.